Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is Sarah here with you. I thought that I'm going to make an introduction video about the markers that I'm going to be using in my cheap marker tutorial series, and I thought that I'm going to introduce you the type of markers that I'm going to be using in these tutorial series. And sorry if you can see the legs of the tripod. I tried my best to get them out of the frame, but they just had to appear in the camera frame. Anyways, this is one of them. This is probably my favorite out of my 3 marker sets that I have. This is called the TouchFive, and this is the 80 bag set. They usually would come with their bags, and it's really such a good bag. The bag is made from good material, and when you open them, yeah, that's what they look like. And in case you're wondering, if you go and like, okay, this has the TouchFive on the title, but this doesn't look like the TouchFive markers. They're not. They're the previous generation actually. It just happened that I bought the previous generation and I did not know there were newer generations. They basically have the same exact color chart. They just came up with a new design. Every year or so they update their design and call it the TouchFive, the Touch 4, the Touch 3, the Touch 6 probably is coming somewhat in the future. But it's exactly the same. They have the fine point nib thing, and they have the chisel tip, and the name of the color is on it, the name and the number. There is no like certain code system for this. You just put in the name and the color of their own color chart. So this is yellow, and then there is, let's see, this one, Canary Yellow, and just like this. There's some fluorescent colors and some really nice colors here. There's a fair amount of skin tones as well. This is my skin tone, sort of like pink earthy tone bag. I have the other blues and greens in another bag. Just kind of makes them easier when you divide them by the color family, I guess. Now, this one, which is the FineColour markers, and as you can see, it doesn't have a name. The bag is decent. It's not as good as the TouchFive ones. And let's open it up and see what's inside. Ta-da! Copic knockoffs. There we go. You can see it has the FineColour name on it, the number. Here is the color, name sort of code thing. I'm sorry, this is upside down. And one end, this is the circular sort of cover thing, have the fine tip, or yeah, it's fine tip. And then the other one, the squarey cover thing, has the chisel tip. And this is how it looks like, although I don't really understand the, if you look here, the weird number letters here. There's 44. Whatever is written above it, I have no idea what that's supposed to be or what it's supposed to mean. And again, I separated this into families of greens and violets and blues in one bag. And finally this, well, it's not a marker case or anything, it's a case that I personally bought. And again, these have markers that I separated into families, and yeah, these horrible. The horrible ones that I started with when I found that we have alcohol-based markers, as you can see. These ones are horrible. Everything about them is really bad. Here I can even see some extra ink that exploded from some pen, and then it just, it's not appearing on camera, but there's just some ink here, which I have no idea how did it come out of the side of the pen itself. It has this fine tip nib, and this can't be closed. And it has a chisel tip. And yeah, these pens really are really annoying. Not just only that they have a hard time in producing this, you buy this by the way individually, you can't find like every color you want. They're really hard to restock. So if you run out of them, it's like bye-bye. Good luck in finding a replacement to this. So can't even buy sets, you can't buy anything. I just had them for a very long time, and if there's like one pen that I need to replace, it just that's why I ended up looking for online alternatives to replace these horrible pens. Sometimes the nib go like bad, sometimes the ink themselves does not come out right. There's just all kind of problems I have with these, but since I had them, I thought that I'm gonna use them until they die. There is no point in getting and spending over art tools, whether they're expensive or cheap, and not using them. So these are going to be used by me until I completely murder them and make no ink available in them anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the touch marker chart that I made so you can see how sort of versatile they are. Here we go. This is the grays, sort of grays. I put them in one page over here. This is the pinks with a bit of reds and yellows and greens. These are the blues, some violets and fluorescent pinks, and then browns. These ones are a bit on the loose numbers. Some of them makes like color families, and some of them just stand alone like these guys over here. Yep. And these are the two last loose number ones. The next one is the FineColour chart. This is the 240 color range. As you can see, this is like, I guess, yellows, between yellows and greens and greens. These ones are blues, grays, some greens, and some violets. These are browns and reds and oranges and sort of like in between the red and brown, and some violets above here. Here is the rest of the violets, pinks, random loose colors over here, fluorescent colors, blues. Yep, going on with the blues, grays, more loose numbers. Yeah, that's the chart. These ones are for the Alouin ones. As you can see, this is the gray ones. The red sort of pinks, skin tones, and yellows and greens. The blues and violets and just one random pink, browns. Yeah, that's the Alouin markers because they're not a lot. About 110 markers I believe I own from them. It's always handy to have this sort of color chart with you because it's just easier to go in and just check on the colors in general and see how vibrant, not whatsoever. So you may want to make a little bit of like this, like I did here with all of the number systems. It's really gonna be a lot handy for people who like want to see how the markers look on paper, I would say. So these are the type of markers that I'm using. True that they are a Copic alternative, but by no means that they're cheap in Egypt. $1 equals 10 Egyptian pounds at the moment. So yes, they did cost a lot. I basically try to save as much money as I can for my art tools because I'm making my living out of art in general, whether it's commissions or whether it's like these YouTube videos. So I'm investing tools that I find right for me. Wanted to show you tools and how they kind of look like. Before you go and jump right ahead onto Copic, you may want to pick one of these. If you're wondering which one, like the FineColors, should you go with this or you should go with the TouchFive or Touch4, Touch3, whatever. I definitely recommend the TouchFive because it has more versatility in terms of colors. They just have a lot compared to this for some reason, and it's also cheaper. But on the other hand, this one has the better nibs and have the better blending qualities. In both cases, these are really good markers, and the markers price is almost $1 or $1.10 per marker, which is fair enough. So yeah, I hope that this video was handy for you. So see you later. Bye bye.